Hey, what is going on, everyone? Thursday night, and we just kicked off the Hangout at the top of the hour, and we are going to do the mystery training. All right, no, but seriously, I didn't even, it was mystery to me too, because last night I didn't know what I was about, so I thought it was a good marketing tactic to say mystery, because I don't know either. But uh, but no, I actually do have something really awesome that I'm going to train on tonight that I know will blow up everybody's team in a positive way if you can take notes, learn, and apply this, okay? So it doesn't matter if you are a newbie or intermediate and you just haven't taken this action yet, but this is going to really help you in your business, okay? So before I get into the training, I just want to introduce myself really quickly. My name is Ryan Maynard. I am the founder and creator of tailoredentrepreneur.com. So I don't know if you guys even know about that. But I just launched a podcast. I'm starting a new company with Tailored Entrepreneur. But another really big focus for me is training new people into creating an awesome online business for themselves. Okay, so that's what I do. Now, I've been online for almost 2 years now. Just basically, I was making very tiny little bits of money working as a maintenance boy about 2 or 3 years ago, and I had this dream to make money on the internet. So I went after it, stayed consistent, mastered YouTube in a way, to a certain degree, to where I was able to leave my job, and now I'm here training you guys. I am a top earner in a couple different companies. And like I said, I'm a podcaster, blogger, stuff like that, and an online business coach. So that's a little bit about myself. I have one of my awesome teammates and very good friends, and just I can't say enough about this guy, Dave Ranica, that's on the Hangout with me right now. Dave, if you want to introduce yourself really quickly.
Sure thing, man. Hey, first of all, Ryan, thanks for having me on here. If you guys don't know me, I'm the person living in a third world country to give you hope that if you want to make money online, you can, and it's completely possible. I mean, I've been online for about 2 years myself, and a little bit less than Ryan. Actually, working towards my business, and I can honestly say that the strategies that I've learned and the income that I'm producing now is top-notch, and it's just been an amazing ride. I used to be a struggling youth worker that could barely make ends meet every single month, to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. And now what I'm doing is I'm working towards a goal to where I can actually do youth work and actually start up that to do that for the rest of my life, because that's what I actually love and enjoy. But if you're out there and you're wondering if it's possible, just take note of the fact that I live in a country where it is very difficult for me to do e-commerce, but despite that, I'm able to do that and bringing in more money than a lot of my peers, and making about the equivalent as the average American is. So yeah, it's been quite a ride, and yeah, back to you, Ryan.
Dude, that's huge. Like, I don't know if people, that many people really understand that, okay? Because I know some people watching this know Dave's story, but the amount of money that Dave is making on the internet is like double what I was making as a grounds maintenance guy and living in Michigan, okay? I think he makes like almost $2,000 to $2,500 a month every single month just in his business in a country where the currency is 1/10 of the American dollar. So if you can think about that, like a carton of eggs, I think you told me was like what, like $1 or something, like
Yeah,
90 cents or something.
yeah, something like that. It's yeah, about that, maybe, yeah, about 80 cents, but
Okay, so
in dollars, yeah.
that puts it into perspective. Like, you can buy a carton of eggs for 80 cents in his country, and he's making like 2,500 bucks, a month. And his income's growing more and more, and his team's growing. And we're actually going to talk about one of the biggest aspects and turning points that has really grown my business, and that's helped to grow Dave's business. Okay, it was actually funny that I'm talking about this right now, because I didn't know what I was I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to teach tonight, but a couple hours before the Hangout. I've got so much in my mind that I want to teach and that I know will help a lot of people, but I did get an email from one of my other top team members, Wade Baskin. He was like, you know what, I really want to learn how to do webinars, and I think that will really help a lot of new people. And the newbies need to do it ASAP, and the intermediates need to take action on that. And that, if you just heard what I said, doing webinars, you're like, oh, webinars. Yeah, well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down simply for you. The reason why, the other reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I just did a tutorial video, step-by-step, teaching you how to set up your own webinar, the 2 ways to do webinars, and that's going to be my next blog post that I'm actually going to send out probably tomorrow morning. So, but you can have access to that training video here tonight. Okay, so you're going to have access to my webinar tutorial, and actually Dave's tutorial. Actually, Dave just set up a tutorial for you to show you how to create your own landing page, like the page that you're on right now. Actually, I'm not sure if you're watching this in YouTube or if you're watching this on the Hangout page, because doing these Hangouts, I have noticed that I went back to the webinar video after it was recorded and onto the YouTube channel, and there's like comments under the YouTube video like, I don't see the buttons, where are we at? So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, if you're on the YouTube website, just go to limitlessachievement.info/team hangout. Okay, /team hangout. If you're in, if you're watching this in YouTube, but I don't think any of you are, because this is on not my main YouTube channel. So anyways, I just want to get that cleared out of the way. So I want to really quickly, I value everybody's time on here, and the most important thing tonight is to give you enough information for you to take action right away. Okay, I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this webinar, because I know your time's valuable. I know that if I can just teach you enough, then take action right away. Okay, because the difference between the people who win online and the people who don't win online is the people who don't win online actually probably know more than I do when it comes to online marketing. Probably knows more than Dave does when it comes to online marketing. Okay, I just learn just enough and then take action on it. Okay, I learn what I need to know, and then I implement it as fast as possible. Okay, so if you're one of those people, that you think like, I got to learn this, I got to learn that, I got to learn how to set up this webinar, I got to buy a webinar course, I got to talk to Ryan personally how to set up my webinar, you're never going to get to the point of doing webinars. So this training tonight and the resources and training that we're going to give you here in a second is all you need to do in order to set up your webinar. Dave's actually going to is going to walk you through on developing the confidence to do your webinar if you've never done a webinar before. Okay, I can touch on it too, but I'm just going to talk about kind of the how-to, give you the tools and resources to set up your own webinar, whether you're a brand new person, you're a newbie, or you're somewhat of an intermediate. Okay, so if you're too scared to take action, if you just want to learn everything and not take action, this is not for you. This is for the people that want to make a lot of money. This is for the people that want to develop an authority status and blow up their incomes with their teams. So if you're on my team, if you're watching this, then you better take action. Okay, so all right, so there's 2 ways to do webinars. Let's just jump right into this. Okay, 2 ways to do webinars. Number one, you can just have up to, we're talking about webinars through Google Hangouts. I'm not talking about webinars through GoToMeeting or anything like that, because there's different webinar services out there. Okay, so first of all, doing a webinar, I actually want to start from the basics. Okay, let's talk about equipment really quickly. Equipment, webinar equipment. And this right here is what's called a Blue Snowball microphone. Okay, Blue Snowball microphone. This is the one that I've used for a really long time. I've probably used this since I've been online. I think I bought this like 2 months after I started on the internet, and I still use this. I use this for my webinars. I use this for my training videos. I use this for my podcasting Okay, so, and this is a $60 microphone on Amazon. Okay, so you can go to Amazon, you can buy a microphone. You want to get an external microphone, because this definitely sounds a lot better. If I was to unplug this, I would not sound as good. Okay, so if you're going to be doing webinars, if people are going to be watching you, you want to sound good, at least better than you would if you're just talking into your computer. Okay. So that's number one, is equipment. Number two, as far as equipment, you want to make sure that you have headphones if you have other people on your Hangout, because if we didn't have headphones on right now, some people might be watching this and saying, why are you guys wearing headphones all the time? Okay, because Dave's voice is coming through my computer screen, my voice is coming through Dave's computer screen, and it's going to have this huge echo effect. So we wear headphones so his voice doesn't actually come out of my computer, my internal computer. Anyways, so there isn't an echo. So number one, get an external microphone for $60 or $20. You can get, I think, a Logitech headset for like $25 off Amazon, or you can get this thing right here. That's very cost effective. Just get a simple pair of headphones if you're going to have multiple people. Okay, so that's the equipment. Okay, number two thing is there's two ways to set up your Hangout. Okay.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Camera.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, good point. Good point there.
Sorry.
Well, I kind of thought that I mean, most laptops have a built-in camera. I guess not everybody has a built-in camera on their laptop. So if your camera does not have a built-in yeah, that's very important. Thanks. People need to see you. That's kind of the importance of doing.
Some people have a desktop. Some people have a desktop, and you can get like a camera for $20-$30 at Walmart or whatever.
Yeah. You can go to. I think you can get a Logitech camera for like $20 or $30. It just sits right on top of your computer here, and it's most of them are plug and play. So meaning like this microphone right here is just a USB microphone. I just plug it right into my laptop in the USB port, and it's ready to go. Okay, there's no technical know-how or anything like that. Mostly, it's the same thing with a camera as well. So very simple. Like I said, please pay attention to what we're talking about here, because this is going to grow your online business. This is really going to help you when it comes to making money online. It's giving that what's the word I'm looking for, Dave? I just told it's the support for your team, especially if you're building a team on the internet, which that's what you do, is you want to build a community through which products and services flow. And the best way to do that is doing online webinars. Okay, when I started doing online webinars, my income went up by thousands of dollars per month. Okay, because I was there live. There's something about doing a live hangout that it's just this magical thing. Don't you feel magical right now? So yeah. Anyways, it's gonna help grow your business flat out. So we went over the equipment, the microphone, external microphone. Make sure you have headphones. It doesn't have to be an expensive pair of headphones. You can get a Logitech camera that is going to mount on top of your camera. You can just look up for camera mount on top of my computer on Amazon or Google, and it'll show you. We all have a Google machine, so totally use that. The next thing is there's two ways to do a Hangout. Okay, I'm not going to get into the crazy nuts and bolts, because there should actually be a tutorial that's going to show. I actually walk you through step by step on how to set all this up. But I want to just go over some of the stuff that I didn't touch on in my training video. So there's two ways to do a Hangout. Number one is you can just it's kind of like if I'm connecting with my leaders. Okay, like I'm on here talking to Dave, and me and Dave are just talking back and forth. It's almost like if we're using Skype or something like that, okay? So me and Dave can talk back and forth and not have an audience watching. Right now, we have an audience watching, and we're streaming this out to all over the world, okay? So there is however many people are on this Hangout, 30 or 40 people or however many, but these, you guys are from all parts of the world, okay? That's the second way to do the Hangout. The first way to do the Hangout is I can have up to 10 people. You can have up to 10 people on a Hangout, and just mastermind with no audience watching you. So I can have Dave on here, I can have Wade on here, I can have all these other team members on the Hangout. We can all just kind of talk back and forth and kind of just mastermind over a Google Hangout. The second way to do a Hangout is you can broadcast this out to the world, and like what me and Dave are doing right now. Me and Dave are broadcasting this out to a ton of people, or however many people are watching this. I can do it just myself. I usually do that quite often, where I'll do a live Hangout and just broadcast it out to whoever's watching, okay? So that's just two ways to do a Hangout. You don't have to have your Hangout on a web page like you're watching right now, okay? You don't have to do that. You can just basically, once you set up your Hangout, Google will just give you what's called an event page link, okay? It's just simply called event page link. You take that link and you can share that on Facebook, you can share that to your email list, you can share that to wherever, and just get as many eyeballs onto that webinar as best as you can, okay? Because that is what is important, is when people are watching you live versus a recording. You might be asking yourself, well, why would I want to do a live Hangout? If I do a recording, I can edit it, I can make it look cool, I can put music in it, it's totally cool. If I have to go pee, no one's going to know. Like me, very often I have to take a piss like half the time when I'm on these Hangouts, and so yeah. But the thing is number one, you're human. Number two, it's literally 6:16 Pacific Standard Time, so this is live right now. All right, so you can sell a lot more on your webinars. Okay, so you can people will buy more on a live webinar versus a recording of a sales video, okay? There's that urgency that's present. So those are the two ways to do a Hangout. Am I missing anything, Dave, or should we talk into how to kind of get the confidence to do your own webinar?
No, I think you covered most of it. I mean, the whole thing behind having a Hangout really is that your team that you are building know that you're there. You covered that earlier before the Hangout. So we have for instance, the one thing that has been consistent throughout my growth, especially when I've had Hangouts, is that my numbers are consistent. So people are always seeing that I'm providing information. And the thing is, you'll notice that in your business, if you start doing something regularly, people will consistently keep noticing you all the time. So if you're putting up, for instance, income proofs, on your Facebook page, people are going to be noticing that all the time. And then when you post that Hangout, they're going to see that, hey, this is a real person. And you've just got to do it. I remember when Ryan said to me, Dave, you've got to start doing a Hangout yourself, and it was the scariest feeling in the world. I could not get over the fact. Can people see me? I'm just curious because it's on
I'm playing the video right now. I'm going to see if I'm going to play the video and see if I can get the live video on here, see if they can see you. Yes, they can see you. You are 100%. Good.
Okay, so Ryan said to me, Dave, you've got to make your own Hangouts, and I was, first of all, when he said that, my heart nearly stopped because okay, so now I've got to do something outside of my comfort zone. Then you've got to remember that if you're going to grow, you've got to be doing something different every day, and that's the one thing that Ryan does. It's like virtually every time I speak to this guy, he's doing something a little bit more outrageous all the time. And getting the
I appreciate that, Dave.
No, it's cool, man. I mean, you're doing some crazy things. And I keep thinking to myself, gee, I've got to get there, and wow, okay, so you are quite the leader when it comes to that. So when I had to start doing this, my first Hangout I ever did, it was this, and I'm not going to lie to you, okay, I'm going to be as transparent as I can. It was quite scary, okay, because first of all, you have to realize that people are watching you all the time. But my advice to you would be to do this, okay? If you use Skype for your buddies and you're speaking to them on Skype, try and connect with them on a Hangout, all right? And start to get used to the way the Hangout actually works, all right? And do that for a while.
Google Hangout.
Yeah, a Google Hangout. So you can actually, instead of having a Skype call, which is so easy to do, you just, just call the person, they can see you. Get them, start using the Hangout so you can get used to the buttons and how things are. And then once you actually get past that hurdle, what I'm going to say to you is to actually step outside your comfort zone and to just do it. Now, you have to remember that a lot of excuses are going in your head right now, saying, "Gee, I don't have lots of people watching me right now. There's no reason for me to do a Hangout." Well, first of all, you have to remember that when you do a Hangout, people are going to see it afterwards. So there are going to be lots of people watching that Hangout after you've done the actual Hangout. The second thing you have to remember is, I don't care if you've got one person on your list, you've got to start doing that Hangout even with one person. The first Hangout I ever did, I had 3 people on that Hangout watching me. And you don't have to be all fancy and get like a view counter like we have here. You can just do a Hangout and start doing it and take consistent action. Because the only way you're going to get over it is by doing it consistently every single week. Now, the next thing you might be thinking is, okay, Dave, so I do the Hangout. How the hang am I going to come up with material? Well, first of all, if you're not coming up with material, you're not doing everything you should be doing. So remember, every day you should be learning, listen to your audios from the inner circle. You should be getting new ideas. You should be learning. You should be applying that. And then when you get to a Hangout, you should be talking about that. All right? So this is what Ryan does, and this is what I do. So now I've had the thought in my head, what am I going to talk about next week? But you know what? It isn't that difficult, because if you're taking action, if you're learning, if you're growing yourself, that's all you need. The other thing you have to remember is your Hangouts do not have to be an hour long. That can be 15 minutes, 10 minutes. The whole idea is you've got to start doing something. And I don't care what anybody says. You do this consistently for 6 months, you're going to become an expert in it. So that's the only way that you're going to learn, is to actually start doing something now, even though it might be like the blind leading the blind. I'll tell you a story. This actually happened. I went to a school that was catered for people with learning disabilities, but also for people who are physically disabled. And it was a wonderful experience, because you got to meet all sorts of people with difficulties and struggles that they had. Now, we had a blind teacher who used to play the piano. You know what she used to do? She used to teach people how to walk all around the school. She was blind. It was amazing. You know, we would watch her teaching people how to walk, and she was blind. She couldn't see anything. So even if you don't have that ability, you can take it into your hands and start learning. And then, of course, the other thing that you might want to do is to start getting other people on your Hangout, to start inviting people to join you, and then to go live with it, because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how having these Hangouts are going to have influence on other people. Because if you have a Hangout with somebody else, they're going to share it with their friends. They might even share it with their family. And it's the only way that you're going to grow. Okay, when I started, I had a few people online, and now on my Hangouts, I've got maybe 40, 50 people. But that's only because I've had Hangouts for 3 months consecutively. And that's the only way that you are going to get the same results, all right? Don't try and run. Just walk first. Understand the mechanics of how the Hangout works. Call your buddies up and say, let's have a Google Hangout together. And then once you're used to it, get on board and start having your Hangouts. And just, you know, your first Hangout could be how you got started in the internet field. The next Hangout could be how you failed miserably, and these are the steps you took. And then listen to your audios, and you'll get ideas from that. That's the only way that you're going to get over this, and the only way you're going to build confidence. Even now, when myself and Ryan go on a Hangout, there's still that little bit of nervousness before you start. And I'll be honest with you, anybody that says they never get nervous is lying to you. Everybody has that bit of trepidation. Even the most prominent speakers in the world still get nervous when they speak to big crowds. But it's the whole idea of taking courage and standing up to that fear, because that's the only way you're going to grow. Nothing in this life worth having comes easy.
Mm.
All right, so just bear that in mind. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say, right?
Um, yeah, I'm just saying that you know, yeah, that's right, man. And if some people watching this are maybe watching this live right now or like in a recording, and thinking, yeah, I want to do Hangouts. Okay, some people watching this might be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, which is fine. The way that I got over my fear of doing Hangouts, because I was scared when I first did my Hangouts. Okay, I was not gonna lie, I was a little, I was definitely nervous because I had I had a membership website that was growing fairly quickly at first, you know, and I had a community of communities of different people that were promoting the Hangouts. So when I first started doing my Hangout, I was getting like 50 to 100 people on there, and I was like new, okay, because the way that my community was growing and the way that things were set up, there was like people, tons of people promoting it with affiliate links. So and training. Now this is kind of just like seclusion, like my email list and just kind of our team just kind of here hanging out. But I was nervous, and the way that I got over my fear was to have other people on the hangout with me. Okay, so I would have I would have like me and 3 or 4 other team members. Okay, so as you see Dave's head down there in the little box, okay, there would be like 5 other people that were on the hangout with me. Heck, I even had my own dad on the hangout with me. Okay, so that was pretty cool. And I let other people talk. And when other people start talking, it really takes the pressure off of you. And they're out of the 3 or 4 or 5 people that are on the hangout, someone's gonna start doing some more really good training that maybe you didn't think about. Okay, so to get over your fear, have other people that you might be close with that you're doing online marketing with, and yeah, get that going. Okay, now if you don't have anybody that you can contact with to go on the hangout with you, then reach out to your mentor or something like that. Maybe you maybe you don't have a mentor, so if you're wanting to do hangouts or something like that, you can reach out to myself or Dave, and get connect with us. We'll get you connected with somebody that can do a hangout with you, or we can get on the hangout with you ourselves and help you with your own hangout. Okay, so that's what's really going to take your business to the next level, and stuff like that. So what I want to talk about is kind of a little aspect of selling on the webinars. Now I'm not going to get into crazy detail with this because that's like a whole another webinar in and of itself, but I do want to touch on it a little bit. Okay, so like I already mentioned, that doing a live hangout is going to spark people to take action and buy your product or service, versus if it was just a recording of a video. All right. So number one, you have to have something to sell. Okay. So if you have to have your own product or service to sell, or an opportunity, or a business, or something like that. Okay. So you need to, when you're doing your webinar. So here, let me back up a little bit. What you want to do with your webinars is you want to have your webinars where you're providing value. If you're going to do weekly webinars, you want to do like, where you're doing like a couple webinars where you're not really selling anything, and then a webinar where you are pushing something, or something, you know what I mean? So, or you can just do, consistent webinars and just recommend something at the end, not like a hard sell. But every so often, you want to do a webinar where you're doing a hard sell, or consistent webinars like for me, I do webinars every Thursday where I don't really, I just provide as much value as I can, and then I promote what's called the iPass business. I'm not sure. Something keeps cutting in and out. I think it might. You keep Dave.
I'm
Do you
here.
keep hitting mute, or is that just happening on its own?
Am I hitting mute? No.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just responding to an email. Carry
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. If you can mute your end real quick. So,
Let me
keep
let
it.
me let me. Okay,
Your
let me
end
try.
keeps cutting in and out. Yeah. There we go. All right. So that's better. So basically, what was I saying now? Okay, so me personally, I'm in the iPass2 marketing system. Okay, so I'm an affiliate marketer for the iPass2 business model. Okay, and within the iPass2 business model, we have products and services that we can offer people resale rights to. Okay, so we teach stuff about Facebook marketing, we teach YouTube marketing, we teach digital online marketing, and on my Hangouts like tonight, if you don't already have a business opportunity or something to sell on your webinars that you're going to be doing, there is a button off to this side or this side. I'm really not sure which side, but there's a button on here. It's an orange button. It's called the freedom button. I like to call it the freedom button because it's created a lot of people freedom in their lives, and it's created freedom in my life. It's created freedom in Dave's life. So if you don't already have a product or service to sell, definitely click on the orange button right now and get started with this system that you can learn digital marketing, learn how to do webinars, learn how to do Facebook marketing, and get resale rights to that to make upwards of $3,000 in a single day. Okay, results not typical. I've done that several times, but this system allows you to make several $100s per day or several $1,000s in a single day. Okay, so definitely click that button, check it out if you have not already got started. So, getting back to selling on the webinar. All right, so when you're doing your webinar, you definitely want to provide value. Okay, so if you have a product or a service. Okay, so if you have a product, maybe you're launching your own product, for instance. Say you have your product, and what you want to do is maybe take out like a couple modules within your course and kind of teach on whatever it is that you sell. So, or maybe you're selling coaching. Okay, so you want to just sell bits and pieces. Okay, so if you have, you would just want to break off little sections of a module, or maybe teach other people how to set up a coaching funnel and do coaching themselves. And then at the end, pitch your coaching and say, hey, I can teach you. If this sounds cool, I can show you how to do this. Click the button below to fill out a form or something like that to coach with me. If you want to sell your own product or service, you just take a few sections out of the module, you provide value for 30 or 40 minutes, and then you want to say, hey, this is going to help you. If you found this training to be helpful, I actually have a product that I created that will actually take you into great depth and get the training that you need for whatever it is that you're looking for very easily. Okay, and you want to do this quite a bit before you end the webinar, because most of your sales are going to happen after the call to action. Okay, so if you're selling on a webinar, you want to have a call to action like in the middle of your webinar, or like three quarters into the webinar, and then still teach and sell, teach and sell, teach and sell. Okay, so you don't want to just have a webinar, do a training, and say, all right, buy my product, see you later. Okay, because if you do that, then people are gonna be like, okay. So the way that you would, I'm not a master salesman on webinars, but I have definitely seen my income go up from doing webinars. And the way that you want to structure your webinars to sell the iPass system, or sell another marketing system, or sell your own product or service, is that you want to provide real actionable value that people can use. Okay, so say your webinar is 1 hour long. Okay, so do training, do real actionable training for the first half an hour, and then have a call to action in the middle of your webinar, right? Like towards the 30-minute mark or something like that. Get people to know that, hey, there's this offer here. And then do a little bit more training, do a call to action, and then you want to bring out some bonuses. Hey, if you join, if you get started right now, we're also going to give you this additional training and stuff like that. Okay, we're also going to give you this or give you that, and then do a little bit more training, do a call to action, a little bit more training, a call to action, because like I said, most of the sales are going to come after that initial call to action. Okay, so that's kind of how you want to structure it. Now, listen, I'm not saying that I'm a master salesman or anything like that. There's there's a lot more facets and details as far as selling on webinars that I didn't mention, but that's kind of the basic outline on getting people to take action on your webinar. All right, so that's if you're wanting to sell something, but webinars are just really good for just training and providing value and support for your team because they know that you're still around. You're still present in your business, and it lets people know that. So I don't know if that's helpful or anything like that, Dave. If you want to mention anything.
No, that's very helpful, Ryan. I can't, it's the one thing about webinars that because I know that I have to have a webinar every week, it kind of puts me in a position where I need to learn more stuff every week. So that is I would say, the biggest incentive for me, knowing that you have a webinar every week. And, guys, remember that your teammates are going to stick around because you're sticking around. Don't, for 1 minute, think that you can, especially when you're starting off, you're going through what they call the grind. They're going
We're
through
talking
what
about
they
the
call
iPass system, right? Or like if you're building a network marketing company like iPass.
yeah. Well, I mean, at any rate, with I suppose this applies to any business. When you're starting off and you want to develop a reputation, you're going to have that initial moment, that initial, however long it takes you to build up your business to a consistent level. You're going to go through that grind, and if people see that you're there all the time, they're going to be there as well. So just make sure that it's part of your business, and don't, you're never too, it's never too early to start a Hangout. If you're just starting now, having a Hangout is going to definitely boost your income, and keep it there. It's not just going to, because you may be able to build it up to a certain level, but if people don't see you around, it's just going to taper off. And that's one of the key things to keeping your business going, is to actually having I mean, look at Empower Network. They've been around for so long, and they're going strong. Every single week they've got a Hangout call. Every single week they've got strategy Hangouts, and it's because people are consistently learning, and they keep watching these emails coming into their e-box. Oh, we've got a Hangout now. So it's not for nothing. There's a reason why business do this. There's a reason. So follow the leaders.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing is if you are going to, honestly, what I would say is that webinars equal business security almost. I mean, once you get a big enough business, I mean, things are pretty much on autopilot. But I would say that webinars are very, very, they really secure your business up huge. You know what I mean? Because especially, if you're building a team and or if you have people that follow you, obviously if you're providing value with your blog or YouTube video, stuff like that, they know you're present in your business and they know that you're actively still doing what you're doing and they're following you and you're providing new content every day. But webinars also you can connect with people live and you can interact with people on your webinars. Okay, so that's what's really cool too is that people can ask questions, stuff like that. Okay, so I know that people are watching this webinar right now, but you might not want to log into the comments or something like that. Some people might be scared to ask questions, that's totally cool. But that's what's really cool about webinars. You can connect with your audience on the fly.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a good point you make, because a lot of people on this Hangout are not logged into the comments, are not making comments. And, I can say that that's fine, but, the one thing about Hangouts is that they provide exposure for you, not just for the people who are on the Hangouts, but they provide exposure for people that are commenting as well. So if you're providing value in your questions and your answers, and you're perhaps helping some people who've got some questions, it's giving you exposure. So I mean, and you should be thinking like that all the time. Once this Hangout ends, you got the code to promote this Hangout. You should be sending this out to your list straight after and say, "Did you miss the Hangout?" Or send it out tomorrow. It should be on your mind. I mean, that is exactly what this training has been doing. I cannot go a single day without thinking about the fact that I need to give value to my list. So that's what I would say. If people are on this Hangout right now and you want to take action, a very good sign would be for you to actually say on this Hangout, "I want to take action." Why don't you guys do that right now? It'll be a really good sign that you want to do this.
Yeah. Take the log in or say I'm going to take action. I'm going to take action. Okay. Actually, if you refresh this page, there'll be the link. I'm not sure if it already popped up, but if you refresh this Hangout page, there'll be the links to the webinar training and the landing page training. So if you want to watch the webinar training first, and then watch the landing page training second, and that will get you squared away. Okay, so refresh this page, refresh this Hangout page. If the directly below this video, like right below this video, it'll say watch webinar YouTube tutorial, and then it'll say landing page tutorial, and that's the video that I did teaching you how to do Google Hangouts. And then the second one down is Dave's blog on how to set up a landing page with a webinar. Okay. So just commit yourself to take action to just set up your own webinar, even if you're just hanging out with one person on the webinar. Just understand how it works, like what Dave said. Just get comfortable, understand how the webinar platform works, and then when you're ready, you can get 3 people watching, 2 people watching, 1 person watching, 10 people watching, 50 people watching, and then you're going to get super comfortable. You're going to turn into an authority. Your income is going to go up, and you're going to make a lot. You're going to make more money, and you're going to be happy because I like doing these webinars. I think they're fun. So yeah. So if you have any questions, if anybody has any questions right now, feel free to ask. If not, now setting my schedule to take action doing the live hangout. Okay, so Dave, Wade Baskin, Wade Baskin's on fire right now. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, Wade, definitely get that webinar set up, brother. We'll connect on that, and yeah. So yeah, I'll say the cool thing about doing let me get back to the Hangout video here. The cool thing about doing these webinars, guys, the thing that's really, really cool is that the Google Hangouts rank in the YouTube search engine after they're done. Okay, so it's like creating a YouTube video but with more power. Okay, Google Hangouts have more ranking power. There's like there's a code or there's an algorithm the way that YouTube reads Google Hangouts. I don't know what it was. I watched this one like nerd talk about it. But I did a lot of research into it, and the Google Hangout platform has more power than just uploading a normal, MP4 file, okay, or a normal video into YouTube. So number one, the Google Hangouts rank a lot better in YouTube for whatever keyword, because when you create your YouTube video, your title should be a keyword for. It could be. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to do it this way, but this is pretty much what I do. Your Google Hangout turns into a YouTube video, and then you're doing the Google Hangout Live. Once the Google Hangout is over, you can use that, put that on your blog, you can share that on YouTube, send that out to your email list. But what I do, I'm going to turn this Google Hangout into a blog post, take that blog post, put it on Facebook, send it out to my email list, and then that's content, okay? So not only is it live, but you can turn it into reusable content and make it an evergreen piece of content that is going to bring in leads for you day after day, month after month, forever. So that's kind of all I've got to add there. So Jennifer Hill, hey, if you want some help on taking action, doing your own hangouts, there's the tutorials down there. Click the watch the tutorials, and then tell me the date and time when you're going to do your Google Hangout, and like I said, either myself or Dave will make sure that you get set up correctly when doing your Google Hangouts, okay? So
Absolutely.
take action, write down a date when you're going to do your Google Hangout, okay? So if you're watching this right now and you're like, well, I'll get to that. Let me watch the tutorials 10 times first, and then I'll do the Google Hangout. Or, I want to set up my Google Hangout, but I want to know how to do the landing page too, so I'm not going to get it going until I know how to embed it onto a landing page. And I didn't have my Hangouts on a landing page for several months. Okay, I just did my Google Hangouts through Google. All right. So what I would do is I'd set up my Google Hangouts and just take the little, YouTube Google event page link, and then I would just share that to people, and a bunch of people will be watching it on YouTube or watching it on the Google platform. So you don't have to take forever to learn how to set up a webinar and then learn how to put it onto a landing page and learn how to get custom comments and learn how to put buttons and fancy stuff. Don't get bogged down with that stuff. Just learn how the platform works. There's a little icon at the bottom left of this Google Hangout screen that says links. There's a link that says event page, and then that's pretty much all you need to know. Okay, so yeah, that's that, guys. Write down your date on when you're going to do your Hangout. Okay, so today's date is Thursday, March 5th. Write down your date right now. Okay, so write down the date when you're going to do your Hangout, and if you're watching this right now, if you're watching this live or in a recording, comment below, what date you're going to do your Hangout. Okay, that might be kind of scarce to people, so I don't know. But if you're confident enough, comment below when you're going to do your Hangout.
I think it's a great thing, and I think you should take a moment to write down exactly how your Hangout went, what you accomplished, write it all down. And write as if you already did your Hangout, and fulfill that prophecy. Get your whole your mindset on doing it, because when you write things down, it does something. There's something that happens in the brain that just fulfills it. So get on it. Write down the date. In fact, write down the date, and
You're like, write down the date. Yeah, write down the date.
Write down the date and the hour and get it going. I mean, we have Hangouts every Thursday and Monday. So I have a Hangout at Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and Ryan has a Hangout every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we've told you our dates, and send out the link, and then we'll try and do our best to support you. It'll be definitely worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're watching this still, a live recording. Actually, if you're watching this in a recording, you might be watching this on YouTube. I don't know. But if you're watching this live, you're on the actual, Hangout page that we have here. Click the freedom button. Okay, that freedom button is going to give you something to sell and promote on your webinar. That is some awesome, awesome stuff. Okay, so if you're watching this, if you're new, if you don't have a product or service to promote, click the button on the right hand side of you watching this and get started with our system. Okay, right now this system has changed a lot of people's lives. It's changed my life. It's allowed Dave to have, like I said, a residual income up to $2,500 a month, and Dave's on his way to making 5 figures a month within his business. Okay, so this is the power that you can actually make. This is the power and leverage that you're going to be able to get with this system. Okay, it gives you all the training, all the stuff that you need to build a successful, profitable online business, and it gives you resale rights to be able to sell this and make a ton of money fairly easily. This is the most easy, simple system that I have ever seen online, hands down. Okay, and it's, if you want an honest, legitimate way to promote something on your webinars, and a way to learn digital marketing, a way to learn social media marketing, this system is totally for you. So click the freedom button, click that orange button on the right-hand side of your screen, get started with that, and you guys are going to start rocking it. Okay, so I don't know if Dave shared this Hangout with you, or if I shared this Hangout with you through my email list. I know if you get started on my team, or if you get started on Dave's team, you want to make sure whose team you're on. But I'm going to give you a free coaching call. I know Dave is going to be able to give you a free coaching call right now. That coaching call is worth a lot of money. Okay, right now, for one-on-one clients, I have a price set at, what I'm doing right now. I'm charging $100. Actually, it was $997 a month, but I actually went and raised it to $1,397 per month for one-on-one. Why? Because I have a lot of different things that I'm working on in my business, and I know it's not just, I want to pay for my time. Okay, my time is important, but you're paying for over 2 years, actually going over 2 years now of daily, consistent, condensed learning. Okay, learning everything on every aspect of online marketing, and you're paying for the ability to get results from somebody that knows what they're doing in their online business. Okay, so I'm willing to give you a free 30-minute coaching call. If you get on my team, I know Dave, for instance, Dave has, the amount of money that Dave's making, he's going to give you a coaching call and coach with you. I'll coach with you, get started on our teams, and click the freedom button, and we'll show you how to sell one-on-one on webinars. So that's all I got to say, and yeah, I'm pumped up, man. This webinar made me excited.
Awesome.
So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you found this training to be helpful, and definitely keep an eye out for the next training that we're going to be doing next week, whatever that is. I know Dave has a Hangout on Monday, so definitely be prepared for Dave's email to come through in your inbox, and also mine for next Thursday. So, all right, guys. Later.
Cheers.